Good morning all, welcome back to another thrilling week at Steve the Agri. It's actually about midday on Monday at this point. Been in the office all morning. We're going to head out in a second to just catch up with a few of the chaps that are out the yard. But for now, I'll have a walk around and see what everyone else is up to around here. Quiet weekend this weekend. Nothing on Saturday at all for the blokes. Dad loaded three arctics of feed wheat yesterday morning and sent them off, so that started to move, which is good. But aside from that, pretty quiet weekend. Not the best weather, obviously. I'd like to thank the trick-or-treaters of Barnstable for leaving me some sweets behind as well, because that was a welcome addition on Friday night, eating my body weight in sweets. So thanks to them. But now let's get to some farming. So we're doing a changeover on Agri-Bumpers here. It's come off one of the 250s. Dad did have visions of it going on the front of the 410, but Harry's pulled rank and it's going on the 370. Great pumping action from Folly. It's obviously difficult because there's a lot of heavy breathing going on. So this one's going to go on here, and we've got one here that's going to go on one of the 250s. So I'm currently out in some of the wheat fields we've got in at the moment, just having a look what it's looking like, how the ground's dealing with some of the rain. We're getting to the stage where second aphids we're going to need to start thinking about. It's still really mild. The aphids are still flying, so I've got to keep on top of that. If I just show you how it's looking. So it's all come up really well, tillering well. The ground conditions are good as well, considering the rain. I imagine we'll try and get out here maybe next week for second aphids. We still have some of our later drilled stuff that needs its first, but at the moment it's one, very windy, and two, difficult to get a decent spraying window for the rain as well. So I'm just walking through the wheat stubbles from this year's harvest. As I mentioned on Friday's video, we've making deliveries of digestate fibre up here. On this farm we've so far tipped in four different areas actually, just to spread the loads where they're going to be needed on the farm come spring spreading. We've obviously got quite a lot of time on our hands at the moment in order to move this material around the farm while we can, as opposed to, if you're under a few time constraints in the spring, having to worry about moving it to the right fields then. Obviously this year we didn't have quite as much pressure in terms of weather as we normally would. Didn't rain from pretty much the end of January. We had a couple wet days in April, and then no more rain again during maize drilling. So there's less pressure to kind of get things spread quickly and make sure everything's done. Whereas the year before, it didn't really stop raining until April. So you can't really work off of last year as an example. So we need to make sure that while we've got this time, we do everything we can to ensure that maize drilling, the spreading beforehand, all goes off without too much of a hitch, and we can save as much time as possible by spending more time doing it now while we can. So that's why we're tipping in multiple locations. Yeah, those hours are valuable come the spring. So here we've got Andrew making his way up here. Got Andrew, Josh and Flynn moving fibre today. They're each moving it to different areas on the farm for the reasons I pointed out earlier. Andrew and his 370. Not sure yet if you've seen the pictures of the Agri-Bumper going on to Harry's 370. Those of you that have watched for a while know that Andrew's previous tractor had the Agri-Bumper on, which has come off. It's yet to go back onto this one. So he's still got that job to do, but while he's moving fibre, Harry's got the jump on him. So he'll just tip this one on the end of the existing line. Zoom out so I can show you everything. He'll do a loop and head back down the same track that he's made, making sure we don't make too much of a mess and all of our tracks are in the same place in the field. So I've just got to lift back down. Andrew's heading back for another load. Just while I was out and about on the way back, I thought I'd take a very short detour and just show you what the oilseed rape's looking like. We don't grow a tremendous amount of rape, and it's not something that I personally am that familiar with. But I know that Dad and Fergus are both pretty impressed with what it's looking like at the moment. So I thought I would show you what's going on here. We've got about 45-ish acres of oilseed rape in the ground, and it's all coming along pretty nicely. This is due its first fungicide coming up, which will be its last spray until next year. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, it's all about waiting for ideal spraying conditions. You can see the leaf is it's very wet. I'm getting wet boots and socks in here, but there should be a few days coming up. We'll get that sprayed in and amongst spraying the aphicides on the wheat. Back in the workshop, Agri-Bumper is on. Looking pretty good. Happy with that one, Harry? Yeah. In the last two videos, we had Ant and Harry talking. Give it a couple of weeks and I reckon we'll have full-on interviews going on. So an hour or two later now, it's going to replace the stickers with some from the new roll. But the bumper is now on.
still leaving a couple of things. WD-40, supposed to get that off.
So we'll leave it there for today's video. You can see they're still working on that Agri-Bumper in the background, just putting the new stickers on, making it look nice and tidy. Andrew, Josh and Flynn are still out at the moment. They'll be back here shortly, and yeah, later this week we've got a bit more harvest to crack on with, and a bit more washing as well, so there's that to come. But yeah, today you've seen literally everything we've been up to, so that and a little bit of sprayer maintenance that Folly was doing. It's just got to exactly 5 o'clock, so Folly's off as his alarm's gone. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.